just finishing off a trade here, folks, and welcome back. I am Jon Najarian, and this is 3 at 3. 3 at 3 every business day. We get to address some of the best opportunities in the market that day. And today, we're going to be talking about old tech. We'll be talking about an ETF and an American icon. So let's get started, shall we? The disclaimer, I don't even have to read it anymore. But the disclaimer says that you need to understand any investment before you make it. Our intellectual property rights are that we've got registered marks, trademarks, patents, and copyrights on almost everything you're about to see. So please ask us before you reproduce anything. There's my buddy Scott Wapner, and there I am on the halftime report earlier today. The ship, the bull, and the globe back there, just some of the things that the team has decided look good in the background other than just the crane. And let's kick it off with last week, CVE. So Synovus Energy, CVE, bullish call spread. The stock was $7.92. They were buying a lot of June 9s. And today, the stock's continuing to bounce higher. Many stocks, as you may have heard me say on the halftime report, were indeed moving higher. We were seeing the likes of BTU significantly higher by 25, 26%. We saw a whole bunch of material and resource plays all moving higher today. So Synovus, thank you very much. Tilray, also thank you very much. Tilray, we talked about it just last week for unusual option activity. Stock was 14 bucks. They were buying the June 14 calls right at the money. Today, Tilray moves up to nearly 15. As you see on that little chart, the one to the right, you see that it moved all the way up to $15.18 earlier today and is still hovering right around that $15 level. So let me break it down again. If you had an at the money call in TLRY, Tilray, how much better would you have done than you would do if you were in the stock? Well, let's see. You would have had to put up $14,000 for a 1,000 share position. So $14,000 to buy 1,000 shares, and it went up a buck, let's say. So you made $1,000, which is certainly a nice return. But how well would you have done if you were in the calls? Well, let me give you a fresh estimate right now on those June 14 calls. June 14 calls today traded as high as, let's see, $2.23. So they are up today 35%, and they are a double from our entry. So in other words, if you paid $1, you paid $1,000 because every option's for 100 shares of stock. So by paying $1 for those calls, a 10 lot would cost you $1,000, $100 per option times 10, $1,000. Well, you could turn that $1,000 into $2,000, which in other words, you'd have the same profit as if you traded the stock, but you didn't tie up $14,000. You tied up 1/14 of that. You tied up just $1,000. So again, another reason you should consider options once you understand time decay and volatility a little bit. Let's now get into our YouTube channel, which has, I'm going to see if we've officially topped that. Let's see, YouTube, because to get to it, all you got to do is type YouTube, folks, and then you type in Market Rebellion to the search bar for YouTube. So just Market, Rebellion, Market Rebellion. And Market Rebellion is now, let's see, whoops, sorry. I'm checking to see how many subscribers we have now. Yep, we just hit 18,000 subscribers. So all you got to do is the same thing I just did. And that is go to YouTube, type Market Rebellion in the search bar, click subscribe, and you are helping us get the word out about critically important things like Pete's the Take, My 3 at 3, our unusual option activity in cryptos, which is the daily crypto bite, or a replay with a wonderful smart guest like Leon Cooperman. We have all that for free on the YouTube site. So when you're available, when you can, please go over there and subscribe. All right, first trade today, Harley Davidson. Stock was $49.19, I think. They were buying the at the money 49 calls. So there I am on the halftime report. It is moving up $3.43 at that point, or about 7%. But there's where it was when we were talking about it with our subscribers. HOG was $49.15. They were buying 7,200 of the May 49 calls. And as you see there, moved all the way up to 51.12 and now 51.34, been as high as 51.48. So the right to buy at 49 is worth at least $2.48 on the high today. That would be the differential between 49 and 51.48, $2.48. It's been a good day already in Harley Davidson. Bang. If you'd like to learn more about how we do what we do, well, come on over to Market Rebellion and type in /UOA, because that stands for unusual option activity. That will give you various proposals that you could take us up on and become a subscriber, and you'd get the information as it comes out. Can't say enough about the community of thousands of traders that are in that chat room, as well as our moderators. We have 5 in that chat room. And I think it's a very valuable exercise every day to see what smart people are doing and saying. And I'm not including me in there, but a lot of those subscribers are big traders. Some of them trade $250 million accounts. So again, good to follow people that have the wherewithal to put down big bets. Now let's get to TBT. TBT, bullish call buying. The stock or ETF was at 21.12. They were buying 4,500 of the 22 calls that expire in August. That's the 22 strike calls. I bought the 21s. There is TBT at 21.16, virtually the same price that it was when we were talking about it earlier today. The range 21.04 to 21.20, so pretty damn tight range. But we're certainly hoping that we get a little kick out of this one today, and then we will be able to take those ultra short 20-year TBT ProShare ETF and cha-ching, ring a little money out of it. Daily crypto bite goes off at 10 a.m. Eastern time every business day. At 10 a.m., I'm on with Matt and with CJ, and we're talking about what's going on in the crypto space. So if you'd like to join us, it's about a 15 to 20 minute broadcast every day. It is completely free, streams out on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and so forth. And as you already have seen, it gets posted up on YouTube if you're not able to watch it live. If you'd like to join that crypto chat room with the charts and all the folks that are in there talking about a variety, probably on a daily basis, over 70 different coins are being talked about, you can go to marketrebellion.com/try crypto, and $1 buys you a full month, your first month of that crypto room. And if we're providing the value that I know that we are, if you think that we're providing that value, then you can sign up for $29 a month. But you got to do it before the price goes up, folks. So please check it out, because they're already talking about now that we're up over 3,000 people in the room, that we might need to move prices up to hold it. So check it out. It'll cost you $1 for your first month, $29 after that. Now let's talk about Western Digital. Western Dig The stock was up over $5 today, and they were buying everything. They were buying the 90 calls, 95 calls, the 100 calls, you name it, they were buying it, folks. Big numbers. So with the stock, there's when I was on air, it was trading 77.06. Here it is when it was 75.50. They bought 5,500, which is 550,000 rather, share equivalent, because every option's for 100 shares. So 5,500, add 2 zeros, 550,000 share equivalent. Those are the kind of folks I want to follow. There it is, 75.44. Look at that range, folks. Been from 71.20 on the lows of the day all the way up to 77.54. You think they're in here actively accumulating? I do. Questions? Huh? Yes, if you have questions, we have answers. So let's get to some of those questions right now. Cardi, and the handle there is Cardi Truster, Truster. If folks missed the great recommendation a while back on tech in the teens by John and Pete, well, I bought the Jan 2022 20 and 25 calls. So Cardi's really hanging it out there. They have been 2 and 3x returns and still giving. Oh, Canada. Merci, Pete and John. So what do we know there? Number one, that Cardi is probably from the eastern side of Canada. How do we know that? Because that's the side that speaks French. But they all speak English up in Canada as well. And thank you, Cardi, for that. Really appreciate it. We have been in Tech Resources, TECK, and I'm glad you were bold enough to buy 2 different strikes and that you've scored on those trades. Thank you. Tom, who tweeted me earlier today, Tom's handle is at TJTWO1961. Tom said, no one else had anything to say about the telephone dividend. Nothing from Jon Najarian, Joe Terranova, Jay Lebenthal. I think many would have enjoyed a fuller discussion on this. I agree with you, Tom. I don't disagree, however, with the host, Scott Wapner, and the team that decided to let Tiffany McGee speak about this one, because she had purchased telephone today and I hadn't. In fact, I'm probably in the same boat with you, Tom. I suspect that I thought that was a big deal that they decided to cut the dividend nearly in half. It just shows what a horrible decision Randall Stevenson made when he bought this one. Time Warner was a pig in a poke. And for him to get in there and spend $88 billion on it, an embarrassment. And then take a look at what he spent on DirecTV. $67 billion if you count the debt on that one. I mean, and what did they just do? He just spun that out to TPG, I think, back in March. Now they'll get a stake in the company, but what did Mr. Stevenson know about broadcasting? The answer is 0 about broadcasting. And that's why he decided to, empty the coffers and buy all this stuff. Made no sense. They ran it into the ground. Can Discover resurrect it? I think they could. I think Zaslav is a good CEO in the broadcast space, knows what he's doing. So we'll have to see, though. That broader discussion that I was having with you guys just now is my opinion, and that's easy as a Monday morning quarterback, but I would have told you the same thing last Friday before this deal changed hands. Those were 2 horrible deals that Randall Stevenson, the CEO of AT&T, did. And I think he put the company at risk with the debt and without a solid plan on how that was going to be integrated. So DirecTV, pig in a poke. Time Warner, even Donald Trump, with all of his vitriol and so forth and all of the hate from CNN, couldn't save them from the hole that Zucker and the rest of these folks dug for them with CNN. So nope, not a fan. Not a fan at all. Patrick Cannon, and Patrick's handle is at Cannonballs17. 3-at-3 question UOA spotted in IDEX. All right, let's pull up IDEX here. IDEX. So let's see here. Where is that? Ideanomics, 279. It's up 13% today, making a nice move. For the year, the stock peaked on February 9th or thereabouts at 530. It is basically half of that here as it tries to make a comeback. And they're hosting their earnings call today at 4:30 Eastern. Huge call contracts. Thoughts? Yeah, somebody is speculating big time on this one into earnings. Do we like to see that? Yes, we do. So to give you guys an idea, when I say speculating big, the 250 calls, 2,400 have traded. The $3 calls, 5,500. 350 calls, 2,500. A lot of call trading in this one. And that's all regular May expiration. June, not so much, but they trade all the way up at the 4 strike, 2,500. So a lot of call activity. I like it. Again, earnings after the bell tonight. I would be riding this one, and maybe because of what you clued me into, Patrick, I will do just that. Thank you. By the way, unpacking Pete's picks, as it says here, Wednesday, May 19th, this coming Wednesday, 4 p.m., complimentary webinar with Pete and Mike Yamamoto. Mike Yamamoto, who populates the boards with lots of unusual activity for us, brilliant business writer, was with the San Francisco Chronicle for years, and then we stole him. He and Pete are going to break down stocks at 4 p.m. Eastern time. That's right at the market close on Wednesday. If you want to join us, you got to register. That's all you have to do is register. Don't have to pay, but you do have to register if you want to see it live. I hope we see you there, and I appreciate all of you. You want to learn more about what we do, go to marketrebellion.com, sign up for that webinar, and sign up for Get Started, because when you type in marketrebellion.com/get started, you can see all about what we do, coaching, mentoring, distance learning, all of it on the platform, so you can do what you need to do during the day, which if it includes getting yourself some option education, crypto education, stock, and futures, we got it all. Come check it out, folks, at marketrebellion.com/get started. See you tomorrow, my friends. Have a great day.